Japanese Tales. Mercy. Once, a quite ordinary monk, tired of life in the capital, vowed to make 100 pilgrimages, one each day, from Kyoto to the He Shrine and back. On his way home, on the 80th day, he passed a young woman, sobbing as though her heart would break. Her violent sorrow moved him to ask her what was the matter. "No, no, I can see you're a pilgrim," she cried. "I can't tell you, I really can't." He insisted so kindly that finally she spoke at last. "My mother was sick for so long," she said, "and this morning she finally died. That's bad enough, but the worst is that I've no idea what I'm going to do with her body. I'm a widow, you see, and I've no one to ask for help. Being a woman, I'm not strong enough to manage it alone. My neighbors talk about how sorry they are, but they're so busy now with festivals for the gods that I'm sure they won't really do anything. I just don't know where to turn." And she burst into fresh weeping. The monk understood, and felt so much for her that he too had tears in his eyes. He knew the gods enter this dingy world of ours only because they take pity on us, and he did not see how he could simply ignore her plight. "I've never done much in the way of good deeds," he reflected. "Look upon me, O Buddhas, O you gods, forgive me now." And to the girl he continued aloud, "Don't be so sad. I'll help you as best I can. We shall go inside. People may wonder about us." Through her tears, the young woman smiled assent. That night, in the dark, they took the body where it had to go. But when the deed was done, the monk could not go to sleep. He kept thinking about the 80 days of pilgrimage he had thrown away, and about what a pity it was to have to stop now. Well, he had never meant to gain anything special by his 100 days anyway, so he might as well go back to the shrine and see how the god felt about it. The pollution of birth or death was superficial enough, after all, and not much connected with one's real state of mind. So the next morning he washed and set out for the shrine. All the way there his heart beat fast, because actually he was afraid. A large crowd before the shrine was listening to a medium deliver oracles from the god. Not daring to go near, the polluted monk hid instead some distance away to pray on his own. He was glad at least to have come and not missed a day. The medium spotted him leaving. "You, monk there, come here," she called. It was an awful shock, but there was no escape for him now. Shivering with dread, he obeyed. Under the suspicious gaze of the whole crowd, the medium brought him very close. "I see what you did last night," she whispered. The hair stood on end all over his body, and he thought he was going to faint. "Do not be afraid," she went on. "I thought it was wonderful. I'm not really only a god, you know. It's compassion that brought me here. I want people to believe the teaching. Taboos are just a way of going about it, as anyone truly enlightened knows. Don't tell anyone else, though. People are so foolish, they won't understand that you really acted from deep mercy. They'll, too, think they can break the taboos whenever they want, which means that they'll just get all mixed up and ruin that tiny bit of faith that they have cultivated. It's not the rules that truly count. It's the person." The monk was moved to tears, and after that was often inspired to acts of a special deep kindness.